one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Houston, we're copying. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Houston, we're copying. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Houston, we're copying. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Houston, we're copying. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We interrupt this level 1 ad to announce I'm playing with Zan tonight, and that's awesome. By the way, hi.
Ready whenever you're ready.
I'm almost ready.
You tell me when you're ready.
You get a machine, and then I'll be ready.
All right, our first machine is Munsters. I'll see if it's open.
Make it
It's
so.
not open.
Okay, I
nope.
can't tell. No, definitely
No,
not
there's-
open.
Kick them off. It's League.
It's League. Hey, everybody. This is Scott. That is Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Scott.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. And yourself?
Good. This is level 4 of the level 1 Silverball Super League. You can probably see it right there. If you want to know more about the level 1 Silverball Super League, if you want to get in the Facebook group, know when league starts, when events are happening, type what is in chat right there, ssl.level1bar.stream. No, for you internet geeks, that does not mean secure socket layer. I understand confusion is valid. We get it. But go to ssl.level1bar.stream. You will go straight to the Facebook group. You can join it and know all about all the pinball events that are going on in level 1. Whew, that's a lot to say.
It was. Was that one breath?
That was pretty close to one
It
breath.
was real darn close.
I might have done the whole breathing through the nose thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, while you're talking.
Yeah,
kind of
the
thing.
talking while inhaling sort of thing made popular and famous by the wonderful rock duo of, oh, God, who was that?
I don't know.
I was talking, and it's like, oh, yes, it's them, and then it went away.
I kind of had in my brain that was like how Kenny G set like the longest note ever played in history on a saxophone. Like he played for 15 minutes straight.
And it sounded bad the entire time.
That's right, because it's Kenny G.
Yeah.
The only machine that's open is Guardians, and that's the one you're first on.
All right, then I'm getting money and we're playing it.
Zero, quartered up.
And guess what? We're going to stream it because it's the second game on stream
I'm
tonight.
going to crap talk you the entire time.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it all. Let me get Alex over here too so he can have fun. We might as well have fun everybody crapping on me while I play pinball. I
Yeah.
would very much like that.
I'm not going to crap on you that much.
Please do.
Evan checking in with a bunch of emotes.
That's right. You can subscribe and get the emotes too. I'll let Chris tell you about that.
Yeah, so you can subscribe. If you are a Amazon Prime member, you automatically get 1 free subscription every single month. And you can subscribe to any one of your favorite streamers for free. I mean, you're already paying like $120 a month or $120 a year for Amazon Prime. We don't talk about that. That's already paid for. It's fine. I am here, Evan. I am, and you're not. So who wins tonight? Me. But yeah, anyway, spiel. You can subscribe for free if you have an Amazon Prime account and you link that into your Twitch account. Or alternatively, you can just buy a subscription and it'll tell you when we're online, and you will support our stream to allow us to get better equipment and better cameras and more cameras so that we can show more pinball. And it would be very much appreciated, and we'll yell out your name from the top of our lungs at least until the mixer gives out. So yeah, we're starting up round 1 here. I believe Kim is about to yell at everyone to start. I know that the pairings have been given out for this evening, and we're just basically waiting on things to happen. Let's see, Scott is currently playing with 4 players, so I believe this is a league ball. Oh, God! That hurts. That really hurts right off the bat. That was not good, Scott. That was not good.
No, please tell me on screen. I want everybody to hear how bad that was.
That was not good.
That was very bad. That was a little bit of a bad bounce, but it was still bad.
It was bad. So, not to coach, but let's talk about this real quick.
Let's talk about that because there's a lot to talk about in a very little amount of time.
It is. So, we know that when the ball is coming out of that right orbit,
it is bumping the top of that bumper.
it is bumping the top of the bumper, which also alters its trajectory and the velocity coming off of there. So, watch what happens when it comes down. See how it bumps off of the top of that sling. If it has too much velocity, it becomes even more out of control, at least in this situation with our current player.
This is Kara.
This is Kara. I don't know all the names yet. I'm sorry.
She is guest player tonight. And important thing, even if you're not in league, if you want to just come play, Kim will find a spot for you to guest play.
Yeah, totally. Come and play. If you're IFPA ranked, we'll use that ranking to determine your group. And if you're not IFPA ranked or you don't know what that means, we'll find you a group that is suitable for your skill level. And
Absolutely.
you can hang out and play some pinball with some great people.
Heck yeah.
This is a great league to play in and super fun. Just a really easy, fun Monday night.
Absolutely. This is Eric, by the way. Player 3. He's had some good success in some of the seasonal tournaments we've been having. I think had a good finish in the Monday night, the Munsters tournament we just had as well.
All right. So he's got group multi-ball lit up in the center, and that shot is super mean. Ugh. But we have ball save.
I don't know. Get Brian to fix it. Therese wants it up on one of the screens.
Oh,
And what Therese wants, Therese gets.
Therese gets. She's OG.
She is.
Oh, man, just by the tip of his flippy flip. So, yeah, we know the feed coming out of the right orbit is a little mean. There are some things that you can do to alter that and make it a little bit safer. You'll see that same technique used on stuff like Attack from Mars and Medieval Madness, which is also here at level 1.
That's right.
So come down and play. But after this game, I will tell you how to adjust that. I don't want to coach you right in the middle of the game.
Yeah, I'll take all the help I can get. What are you talking about?
I know, but
every bit of it.
I know, but at the same point, I don't want it to be unfair.
Very true.
All right, so we've got multi-ball running, group multi-ball. So basically, hit the shots, get the points.
He's not looking. Did he go into that with a mode?
No. Actually, I think he does have a mode running.
Okay.
I see that lower left or lower right.
Yes,
green
nice
thing
super
flashing.
jackpot right there. 12 million points. Did have the 2x playfield on to get that bumped up. Starts at 6. Those playfield multipliers are what bumped that up to 12, 18. Then if you get a shot multiplier on top of that, it starts to really look good for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Does he still have any ball save left? He's got his
No.
lock lit, so he's still in the mode for another second or so.
Yep, and
He'll get that ball back. Still in Groot. 24
Oh, no,
million
we
so
got
far.
two. We
Yeah.
got two, so we're still good.
Yeah, having that lock in there kind of gives you
And now
that
it's
false
gone.
sense of security. It's like you're playing a single-player game, but the ball is locked away. So, and did he get out of ball on it?
He
Yes.
did.
What timing!
That was amazing. That
Just-
was just at the bare end of that.
That was like the Stern timeout period where
Yeah.
the lights are off, but they still give you those 2 seconds.
Thank you, Stern.
Uh-huh.
So let's talk a little bit about that kick out on the left side.
Let's do it.
So, for those who have not played Guardians of the Galaxy, if you look,
Oh wow!
there it was. There was the kick.
the rocket shot got him.
Yep. So if you look at the left side, you'll see the orbit, which goes all the way around the playfield.
Yes.
One shot over on the right is the shot that has a solenoid attached to it, and as soon as you hit it, it kicks it back with the fury of 7 angry gods. Right down the middle.
Which, considering that shot initially came out of Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
you could also say the rage of 7 angry dragons.
Mm-hmm.
It would apply here.
It
Totally.
very much would. It is a super dangerous shot, but it's also where a lot of your payout is. So you do have to strategize when it's safe to hit that shot, and if you can lose the ball.
Yes.
You just saw it hit there, and the ball came back to the right flipper with great velocity and fury.
And Evan with the information there that mech was first in F-14 combat. You're right about that.
Yes, it was. And F-14 Tomcat was one of the games in our first reboot of the Columbus Pinball Leagues.
It was down in 16-bit, if I remember right. where that thing was housed
that
at.
was Copa era.
That's
And
right.
I believe you might be up, sir.
We're dating ourselves, what, 6 years ago at this point?
Oh God, I'm old. All right.
Join the club.
Yeah, but F-14 Tomcat was one of the first games that had a kickback like that, and it was brutality on
Yeah,
that
it
game.
was.
It was
Gotta play me back.
super mean. Super duper mean. F-14, yes. Roadshow. I don't think there was a kickback on Roadshow like that. There was the scoop up in the corner, up in the right for the lock, but that was essentially just a BUK. And then Twilight Zone, I don't think had one either. At least not in this configuration. I could be wrong. So Scott's up now, our wonderful main commentator. Getting that orbit nice and safe. Ball's up in the bumpers. Okay, here's what got him last time. Off that right orbit. The kick out of that mystery shot on the far right tends to be fairly nice. Selecting Quill's Quest. Starting into a 2-ball multi-ball. Okay, we got ball safe. Everything's fine. Everything's good. No problems. Everyone's happy. Scott does have some wood to chop to get back into contention on this match. If you joined us on Monday, that was a 3 strikes tournament. This is league play. The format is a touch different. You are basically going for points and points alone. You're not really competing with anyone. You're competing with the entire field all at the same time. Okay, not a bad ball. Definitely made up some ground. Looked like about 32 million with an 8 million bonus. All right, that was better. We'll take that. Oh, you're talking about the OG Columbus League. Yes. That was F-14, Roadshow, Terminator 2, and Twilight Zone originally, and then I believe we had Scared Stiff at one point, Monopoly at one point.
Alex not doing the commentary stuff with you guys today?
We can't do once, too.
Okay, I should know. Hi, I don't know if I've met you before.
I'm Chris.
Nice to meet you. I'm Will. I'm Alex's partner.
Oh, awesome. Good to meet you. But yeah, if Alex wants to kick me off at any point in time, he's welcome to.
Or me.
No, you guys are fine. I just didn't know if he was doing the voice stuff too, because he mentioned that you might be doing all the.
Oh no,
actual,
he's always welcome.
in front of the screen stuff, and then he might just be running around doing the electronic part.
No, we're doing everything.
Yeah.
We're putting his butt to work.
Yeah. But Alex is always welcome on the mic. All he has to do
Yes.
is just tell us, and one of us will give up our spot. We appreciate him. He's amazing.
Alex is this stream cannot happen without him.
Yes.
I mean, he did all the camera setup tonight. You know, he had the computer out here even before I got here. You know, it's a team effort, and he does a hell of a good job making
Oh my
all this
God,
happen.
he is incredible.
Freaking amazing.
So
By the way, thank you, V-Bell, for the kind words there. Yeah, ball 2 was a lot better than ball 1. We got the Yaka arrow finish, which means we got that good bonus. We're going to get that good bonus again on ball 3.
yep.
So, I mean, just finishing that mode, that's 16 million points I'm going to get across the entire ball. And Quills was okay, too.
Yeah. No, you did good.
Yeah. I think there's something up with the orb shot, though, because I've hit that orb shot about 4 or 5 times. It is not lit.
It is not happy. When I was playing it earlier today, before the game actually started, or before League actually started, I was having a problem actually getting the shot to register or qualify.
No. You're the OG 2D.
Rack attack?
See, Rack Attack with the Pog in here. Good to see you tonight, man. Why don't I see that in this chat?
I don't know.
There it is.
There it is. We just gotta force it to refresh or something. I don't know.
I suppose.
We just have to kick the computer until it works.
Bought an 8700K computer and we still have to click buttons to get it to refresh. God love technology. Oh, it's the Cody Webb fan club. Yeah, Cody's playing tonight. I don't know if he's in either one of our featured machines, be that Guardians of the Galaxy or be it Deadpool. But trust me, I have seen Cody. I have said hi to him. He is in our presence tonight, and we will get him over here one way or another if we can help it.
Someone on Deadpool, yeah. We got players just about everywhere right now.
We do, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's like most weeks are right now, where there's 16, 17 groups, probably every single machine.
Oh,
that can be
Lazarus!
played- Nicely done.
But she didn't save it. It just came back. But
Oh,
it was
no.
it was a drop, Lazarus.
But
Unfortunately.
nice comeback to get the super jackpot right
Heck
there.
yeah.
If you're-
And a
if
ball
you're-
lock
If you're going to
into
have
it.
that happen, get a super jackpot to
All
make
right.
yourself feel better.
And a restart on group.
That's right.
We like this. We
Yeah,
like this.
playing very well tonight. See, Rack Attack also dropping that Laser Los A emote in chat. Carlos, I think he's running around here somewhere
I think I
tonight.
saw him over at
Yeah.
Lotus Grill earlier.
Oh, yeah. If he was the grill, he's over here.
Yeah.
Kit with the 3 bits. Thank you so much. Single-digit group, and I'm freaking out.
Oh,
Don't freak out.
nice.
You got this.
You got it.
You have got this.
If you've made it up to single-digit groups, then you've earned that position.
It's all skill.
It is.
That's right. Kara, great ball right there to get up to 32 million and the shoot again. So this is interesting. She can set up what mode she wants to start ball 3 on. So, I mean, I would say here, yeah, good
Yep.
call. Just don't pick Quill's Quest.
No.
Because you pick Quill's Quest, it's the worst thing you could possibly do. You're wasting that multi-ball on an extra ball that you have to plunge. So really, any other play is a good play.
Yep. And that's one of the weird things about a lot of the newer Sterns is you have to know this game inside and out to be even mildly competitive.
You do.
Because it's entirely possible that you would get the extra ball if you didn't know better. You just plunge it, and then it's like, oh no, now I just wasted this multi-ball.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll even admit, like, my strategy on this game is probably still a low-end strategy. going for Yaka Arrow and then going for Close Quest. I think they're the two easiest modes to get started on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but they are modes that if you do them well can get you a lot of early points in the game.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like how my getaway strategy is. Just give me the thing that gets me to about 30, 40 million points and gets me a respectable score quickly.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know, as I get better, I'm sure I'm going to want to change that up and do something that feels more like a long play.
Yeah.
You know, that I'm building jackpots, I'm building for a big payoff if I can make a lot more shots.
And it's funny because when it comes down to league play or any kind of competitive play, you're still technically playing against other people, but they have no impact on your game.
Exactly.
Generally speaking. We can talk about some of the older era games where you can steal locks and everything else.
Swords of Fury.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. We're only going to talk about what more traditional modern games.
That's right. Although we will
do.
say now we have mentioned Swords of Fury, which means we do have some Lion Man in our life tonight.
Lion Man!
And that means it's been a good night.
It's a good night. Whenever you have Lion Man, it's a good night.
That's right.
Anyway, back to my point.
Yes.
You're playing essentially by yourself. You're playing against the machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anything that you can do to improve your own feeling about the game, your own confidence going into the game, is a huge benefit. Whereas someone who does not know that strategy or, you know, a good start to give you that momentum loses out on that.
They do.
So even if a mode doesn't necessarily give you gigantic points or anything else, if it gives you momentum and it makes you closer to a larger mode, such as a multi-ball or something like that, that's something, and it's something to shoot for. It's a good opening. Pinball is a lot of a mental game. You know, there's still the physical skill, there's nudging the machine, there's when to flip, when not to flip, deeper strategy. But when it comes down to, oh my God, that
Nice
kick.
save on that kick out right there.
Jeez-oy. Okay.
Right into the group multi-ball shot as well. Well played.
Yeah, we'll take that.
This is time number 2 for him through group multi-ball as well.
Mm-hmm. Just grind on that group.
And he's got it working with the mode going, so this could be a big point player right here.
It looks like Orb is currently multiplied. I think that's the only shot that has a multiplier on it right now.
Yes.
And as we mentioned, the Orb shot's a little bit weird tonight. I don't know if a light is out or if it's just not registering or what, but I know that I had problems with it earlier tonight. Scott, you mentioned you had problems with it, so...
I did. I noticed I hit it about 3 or 4 times. I didn't see any lights. I felt like I hit it enough times that it should have at least locked the ball for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And a lot of these newer Sterns, they realize if something's not working and will actually compensate for it.
Yeah.
So I wasn't looking up at that point. Oh, tough
Man.
break right there.
But
But he
we
does
do have
get
a ball
the
save.
awarded ball save.
And he does have an extra ball. So we'll see
he
if he decides to pick Quill's Quest or not.
I think Eric knows his way around this game. I don't think he's going to make that mistake.
Fair enough.
I think if he picks it, yep, he picks it right now so he can play it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God, that kick.
Yeah.
That is so mean. And he got the replay. So the next group, someone didn't have to pay, which is nice.
That's right. You can tell we've had a week where there hasn't been league going on because that replay compared to what it's by the end of the night, that replay will be over 200 million points.
Yeah, it's going to be astronomical.
Right now it's sitting at about 80 million.
Yeah.
And it's a fairly reachable score.
Mm-hmm.
I say that and I'm happy to be at 40 million. So there you
Hey, Mr. Hopwood, thank you so much for following. We appreciate that.
go. Absolutely. You now know every time level 1 goes live. That was a really good Quill's Quest. 35 million in that mode. Did he finish any of the modes though? No, he didn't.
No
surprisingly.
finishes. But comparatively,
Yes.
109 million. And he's got to shoot again.
Eric, running back to
Running back.
Yep.
Plunge that thing.
the
You're not done.
The
You
classic.
Still got
I
work to
thought
do.
I was done. Now he
Oh.
does, but this is okay
yeah, this
because
is all right.
the second time you select Quill's Quest, it does not give you a multi-ball.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no harm, no foul here. He's simply selecting it to let it pick off a couple shots, maybe get him closer to a mode completion, which maybe get it. I don't think it's going to work this
No.
time, but that is the one time where it's a sound strategy to do that.
Yep. All right.
So here comes Zan, starting with Quills, picked from ball 1. Sitting at about 8
Good
million points.
control. We're not seeing a lot of control play on this game, and Guardians doesn't really lend itself to control play. It's a very fast game.
It is.
It's very, very difficult.
Did she still have a ball save active there? She got a jackpot. Yeah, okay. She got the orb to light up, though, so
Yep.
she must have done something right with it.
You just got to give it some English. And I believe you may be up, sir.
I think I am. I'm in 41 million points. I'm in third place. I got work to do.
You got some wood
and
to
I'm
chop.
not even mad about my game so far.
No, that's certainly respectable right now.
I think I'm in Group 8 tonight, so
Oh.
it shows you the skill level here.
Single digits.
That's right.
Go
I'll be
get 'em.
back.
Alrighty. So Scott's moving up to play. Looks like he has Groot not qualified just yet. Picking his mode. Waving hi to the camera. Alright. Handles the feed out of the right orbit. And lots of bouncing off of those slings. The slings are always dangerous. You don't want your ball there. Lateral movement in a pinball game normally leads to disappointment. Oh, nice shot on the fly into Groot's face. All right. Back in the game, and just a nasty house ball out of the bumpers. Not a lot he could have done about that. Nothing you could have done about that one, my friend. You could have pushed on the machine. You could have given it a little bit of English, but even then, it's not guaranteed. That was like a 50-50 on the savable ball. Oh man, that rejection is always nasty off that ramp.
Thought I had it lined up. It was going right down the in lane, just like a 3-point shot that goes in and out of the bucket.
Yeah, not a lot you can do about that.
There's not. It
No.
happens.
You only can hope that the game takes pity on you, and it did not.
But Antiquities was going well, and that Yaka Arrow bonus comes back again.
Oh God, that's
Irvin
a heartbreaker.
Torres with the sub 11. He is an 11. He is the OG sub of the Level 1 channel.
11
months.
That's awesome.
Irvin, thank you so much for that sub, man. I very, very much appreciate it.
That is phenomenal.
That
Thank you
is
so much.
11 months. That is an 11-month streak. He has not missed a single month since Level 1 has been an affiliate here on Twitch. Wow. And we so appreciate it. Irvin, we miss you, man. We wish you were down here.
Yeah.
But we are glad you support the channel and come and chat and do everything you do, including setting grand champion scores on some of these machines. I don't know if James Scott appreciates that you set the grand champion score on Star Wars, but
yeah, well,
we know we appreciate that you did.
you know, for one person's happiness, another person must have depression. Speaking of,
There it is
nasty,
right there.
nasty house ball, and then just a bad flip into the out lane.
It was.
Not a whole lot you could have done there. Could have gone for control, but I don't think there was much else you could have done.
I agree.
Just a bad
MF
break.
Dubes, thank you for that follow. We appreciate it, man. You now know when Level 1 goes live.
MF Dubes, do we have to spell your name in all caps?
We probably should.
Yeah.
That's why we have the font here for the chat. It's to fix all those cap issues. It just goes all caps for everybody.
Yeah, all caps when you spell the man's name.
That's right.
Okay. Ball one locked. And
Because we love everybody so much, everyone deserves all caps.
exactly.
Oh, that was a
bad
tough
juggle.
play for Zan. Man.
Oh, God, that hurts.
Can see it on her face, the frustration with that. She wanted that and just missed on the ball juggle. Wow. That was a toughie.
Yeah. There was some spin on that.
There definitely was.
Yep.
So she is spinning back around to get to the scores. There they are. I guess I ended up in second place. That's not
Hey,
bad.
not
51
bad.
mil. I'll
Hey,
take
Northern Kentucky.
it. Hey, that my old stomping grounds down there,
Yep.
the NKY.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us what part of Northern Kentucky you're from. I'll probably go on about parts of the area that I know for about 15 minutes. As long as you don't mind that, then shoot your shot, man. Tell me where you're from.
Well, they do have some wonderful arcades down there, specifically Arcade Legacy. I think he's got 2 bars now.
He has 2 shops and a bar.
Oh, man.
Of course, we have the Mall of Cincinnati, the best abandoned mall in the history of
Oh, my
mankind.
God. That place was so creepy. So, Stream, you may not know this, but Scott and I actually went down to Arcade Legacy and played through Legendary Wings on their stream.
Yes, that was about 4 years ago at this point.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for dating me.
Right there with you, my man. Right there with you.
But that was my first time at that mall, and
Yes.
hi.
Hi.
It was creepy.
Very.
So there's like 5 stores, maybe 4,
At that
possibly
point.
3, at least 2. I know at least 1. Hey, a regular at Arcade Legacy.
There
so
you
he's
go.
around that area. He
That's right.
knows.
So he probably knows the Northern Kentucky. He knows the Newport location, which is
Yes.
the newest of the 3. Just opened up, I think, about a year and a half ago. Still going strong. I'm up again?
Yeah, I am eating paste tonight. Don't get comfortable if you're after me.
I'm not. Not a bit. No complaints.
Goodness.
Trust me. There's people that know. No complaints. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Switch it back over to A&B. You figure it
Cool.
out. We'll talk the NKY stuff in just a minute.
And now you're all stuck with me. So, let's see. That's Guardians. Let's see if anyone's playing on Deadpool. Okay, it looks like we're just finishing up on Deadpool, so we'll hang out here for a second until I see someone actually playing something. Anything. Anything would be good. Deadpool is one of the newer. Scott is double dipping on the action tonight. Yes, he is. Good Lord. He is getting his commentary on, and he's also getting his game on. And we appreciate all the work that he's putting in on the commentary. He's been doing a phenomenal job, and if you've watched the streams for Level 1, you'll know that he has just been this stalwart fixture here. And he's just been doing a phenomenal job. He's been growing a ton. Ace Pinball, I'm in a regular at Arcade Legacy. That is totally fine. As long as you go abnormal, we're pinheads. We're all abnormal, and it's fine. Hello, Alex. Hi. Oh, let me turn you up here.
Howdy doody, Chris.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful, and yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for coming in once again to help out.
No worries, and thank you for everything that you've been doing, running cables and setting up cameras and bringing this thing out here and everything else.
It's all part of the show, man.
Yeah, and you have your fan club already.
So we've got a game starting on Deadpool right now?
I'm hoping. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I do
remove
not
it.
know much about this game, so I'm going to take this time to pick your brain.
Well, that's unfortunate because I don't know a lot about this game either.
Ooh, okay. So,
So this is going to be interesting. I played it a couple times. I was not tremendously impressed with it.
okay. Now, is that pre or post code update?
Pre.
Okay.
This was like when it first came out. And I was really judging it on the geometry of the game because,
Okay.
you know, any of the newer games, ouch, that's a rough green. Any of the newer games, we pretty much know that the code's going to be incomplete. It's in a playable state, but it's going to be incomplete for about a good 3 to 6 months.
You gotta wait for your DLC to come out.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's just pinball DLC. Thankfully, it's free considering the cost of the game. But you know, when you're looking at a newly released game like the Munsters, or oh god, that's a heartbreaker. My goodness. So Evan is saying he likes the geometry of this game, which is fine. He's allowed. He can. He's wrong, but he can. He can like it. But that said, you know, at least for the style of play that I like, yeah, the geometry just didn't do a lot for me.
Okay, example then of a game that you really enjoy the geometry of.
Iron Maiden, easy.
Okay.
I mean, that game is magnificent. It's not a game that I would necessarily give to a new player, but it is a game that if you're like intermediate and you know, like, okay, I know how to post pass, I know how modes work and skill. Oh god, that was so close to Lazarus. If you know the basics, Iron Maiden is one of those games that will make you a better player.
Okay, I definitely see that argument.
Yeah. Deadpool is one of those ones where you have to have very specific game knowledge and you have to very much know your angles on this game and your progressions, it feels like. And if you don't, you're kind of boned.
So is that kind of the same? Do you feel the same way about Star Wars then?
Yes, very
Okay.
much so.
Okay.
Star Wars, I don't know. It felt like it had a little bit more lead up, but I was also paying a little bit more attention to it.
Okay.
So I knew the code and the strategy going in, but I still didn't like the geometry of it.
Okay.
It just played weird. I have no better. I don't have a better term for it than it played dumb. I wanted it to be good, and the premium in LE looks amazing. I think it's one of the best looking UI packages that they have and the best sound package that they have for any modern game. But, you know, when you get down to actually putting your hands on a flipper, I'll play it.
Okay.
I'm not going to be like super hyped about it, but I'll play it. How about you? What's kind of your jam at the moment?
So my favorite, I guess the game I've gotten the best at, which is unfortunately not here any longer, is Junkyard.
Oh.
I really, really enjoy Junkyard. I like mousing around quite a bit too. Mousing around and Bonsai might be my two favorite games here.
Those are solid.
I enjoy the difficulty of like the non-ball save concept with these kind of simple but effective play fields, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that, but at the same time, like, so going back to, I guess when you said the geometry of this game, the first thing that came to my mind that kind of irritated me was the katana ball lock shot, just in general. I don't like that it has to go up and around a corner, make it through this gap of things into another ramp and up back around.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, okay, this, depending if this machine's just maybe even a little too steep or something, like you might not ever be able to make it up there. It's so difficult just by the kind of random chance without having the, even if it had to go up and around twice kind of thing, but in an isolated chamber, it'd be more consistent. But over to Star Wars I feel like has been in my, not necessarily in the geometry, but the concept that I argue that it might not be optimized yet. There are so many choices in the game before you ever even plunge the ball. As far as I'm going to pick this character with this specific starting thing, and then I get 2 more options for each of my next balls. Like, okay, has the game fully been optimized, or have people just found what seems to be the most consistent thing in that regard? Because it seems like if you know you're in a group where you need a Hail Mary score, there might be you might take the less consistent character for the higher scoring potential, depending on how it all pans out. I don't know enough about the game to even speak on the strategy. I just know a lot of people pick Han, and you go for the video mode kind of thing quick. But I've heard things about R2 multipliers. I've heard things about Leia. And I've heard a lot of people say the highest scoring game they've ever had has been on Luke. So I'm just like, okay, well, right there's 4 different options for you that sound like they're somewhat viable.
Yeah. And I think the interesting thing, and you kind of touched on it before, was if the machine is out of whack in some way, shape, or form, maybe it's too steep, maybe it's angled to the left or right, and you can't make shots, having those options to be able to work around what isn't working on a machine is super interesting to me. And I think that makes a lot of interesting gameplay choices. But at the same point, when you have that many choices, you see a lot of players who are coming into the game fresh, who haven't looked into the rules, who haven't studied, and they're like, okay, now what? Like, I don't even know how to start the game. Do I plunge the ball at this point? Do I have to select the mode? What super skill shot do I want to pick? And it takes them 5 minutes just to figure out how to set the game up.
Which is, I think that's perfectly an acceptable argument. I mean, how much studying should have to be done for a game of pinball?
Right. And, you know, if we look at the games of the 80s and even the 70s, your strategies were fairly easy to memorize, right? It's like, hit the scoop.
Well, and at that point, the info card actually meant something.
Yeah, now it's like, okay, here is like an entire info card full of information. This is just to get you started. This is like, okay, you might be able to put up a decent score with this information, but you really need to know about the hidden super secret skill shot that no one knows about unless you watched a very particular stream in which the developer of the game actually told you about it. And it's like, oh, that's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of knowledge to remember on one game. And then you have every single game before and after it from the past year. To where you're like, oh, I have to memorize all of this like weird minutia for all of these games, and then figure out when to use it and how. the competitive scene is so much denser at this point. You have to know so much more. You know, if we were to make a fighting game comparison, it's like the old style is, you know, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, and now it's Blaze Blue.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It's just a really weird change in pinball, which is not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It is just a thing. Oh, that's a rough reject. Right down the middle. A little bit of a slap might have helped, but probably not. This game tends to be fairly mean. Hey, MF Dubes, thank you so much for those 10 bits. That goes a long, long way to helping us out. Getting us new equipment and new cameras and really just everything that makes this stream run. So we very much appreciate your thought and your consideration with your bits.
Very much so.
All right. So we got a 3-player game. Player 2 is currently in the lead by a considerable margin.
Not knowing the rules, I don't know how big the margin is.
Right.
I just know, like, I know the little Deadpool gives you the easy multi-ball, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to light the katana shots, but those are more difficult multi-ball. Well, I guess you can get those sweet bounces.
Yeah. You'll take those any day of the week.
I think the fight modes are pretty lucrative, right? Those are the general mode you just go for.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the. I thought Disco got buffed. Is that what it is? Where you can get Disco multi-ball?
I have no idea, unfortunately. I really need to bone up on this game and probably spend upwards of $20 trying to play this thing and get over. Oh, God, that was so close to a save. Spend some time actually learning this game and getting over my hatred of it.
I will say I love the aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
I think it is the playfield's awesome, and I love the screen in the back.
Yeah, the new screens are just great. And the nice thing about the new screens is that they don't completely overwhelm you with information like the Jersey Jack machines do. I tried playing the new Jersey Jack Pirates of the Caribbean, and I had no idea what was going on. I trapped up, looked at the back screen, and I'm like, nope, I don't know. What's flashing? Like, normally you can look at the screen and kind of go, okay, this is the thing that's telling me to hit. Yeah, in this situation with a lot of the New Jersey Jack stuff, it's like, there's a lot going on. We can switch over to Guardians. See some more pinball action, and that was rough. That orbit is dumb fast.
Now, how's your knowledge on Guardians?
A little bit better.
Okay.
Not phenomenal. A little bit better. I like the layout of it. It's another game I've not spent a ton of time with, but I certainly don't mind playing it.
Okay.
It feels a lot like Game of Thrones and Metallica had some sort of like bastardized love child. You got the sparky shot. You've got the mystery on the lower right there. You've got the fuel shot on the right. You've got a lot of those same shots. And then you also have the kickback from Game of Thrones and those butter ramps. Speaking of the kickback, good handling of the kickback.
So, are you just completing modes in this game, or is there a specific stack that people try to go for?
I mean, as far as I can tell, you want to bring a mode into group multi-ball. That's kind of like your bread and butter, right?
Okay.
That's your jab, low straight.
Okay.
You know? So get a little bit of group going on, bring it in, and then start completing modes.
Okay. Now, I know Yaka Arrow is a very popular one.
Yaka Arrow into Quill's Quest. Quill's Quest, the first time you play it, gives you a 2-ball multi-ball, which I just found out tonight. So Yaka Arrow, I believe, also improves your bonuses or at least some form of payout for the rest of your game, not just your ball. So
okay.
you want to do that first. And then after that, you just start pumping it up with Quill and then root into it.
Okay.
But it looks like Chad is talking a whole lot about strategy right now, and it looks like they're talking a little bit about Star Wars, which is phenomenal. Thank you to the chat for interacting with each other, being cool, and sharing information. We very much appreciate that. You guys are awesome. Scott is playing right now, and he still managed to subscribe. So that's a thing.
Thank you, Scott.
You already know the spiel, so I'm not going to repeat it. Then that's creepy. No. No. It's not okay. I mean, Star Wars gets a lot of hate for a lot of very specific reasons, and I understand why, but I also understand why you would like it. The only game that I never understood why someone liked would be the Avengers. Did you play Avengers?
I've played it once in a pizza shop.
I'm sorry.
So, I mean, not enough time to, like... I've always heard it's, like, a terrible game just in general.
So bad. I mean, they added a lot of code to it, like a lot. But talking a little bit about the idea of geometry, we touched on that earlier. The game's geometry and the physics of that game are just bad.
Okay.
You know, the Hulk just never really worked. Like, I've seen new in-box versions of the LE of that game, like, right out of the gate, taking it out of the cardboard box, and Hulk doesn't work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fairly depressing to see that. But a lot of the shots just don't make a lot of sense. They don't flow. Normally, you'll see a game that is very flowy.
Hashtag Subwitch Prime.
We already shouted you out.
What's that?
We already, gave you your shout out. Yeah. So you'll find a lot of games that are flowy. One that comes to mind that we have here at level 1 is Getaway.
Okay.
High Speed 2.
Yep.
That's a very flowy game. It doesn't want you to stop and trap up. It wants you to use that momentum. Another one that we have here is AC/DC. Another game where you can trap up, but it doesn't want you to. It wants you to continually just keep that momentum going and make it happen.
Would you argue the same thing about Medieval?
Uh-oh. We have a problem with Tales from the Crypt, and it's really tilted. It's real angry.
All right.
It has been on tilt for probably the last minute and just screaming.
I'd be
Probably
surprised if you guys couldn't hear it, honestly.
Yeah. That is, I've never seen that before on a Tales from the Crypt, but good God. Kim's on the scene. It's fine. No problems. Anyway, my train of thought derailed, and I think that's okay. Anyway, going back to Guardians. What we got going on here? So it looks like we got a lit shot on the kickback, but it doesn't matter. Hey, Weatherman Bookie. How we doing, man? Good evening. It's good to see you. Oh, the glass is coming off on Tails. Oh, Lord. Ball surge going on? I'm sure you can hear this over the stream because it is a cacophony of sounds. We promise no one's getting killed. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Mostly. Oh, the play field is coming up. I'm trying to give you a play-by-play on exactly how screwed up this Tales from the Crypt is right now.
Oh, Evan.
Let's see if we can turn down our mics just a little bit so it's not as horrifyingly loud. Just a touch. It's real angry. So, fun fact, I have a Tales from the Crypt.
Nice.
Another fun fact, it caught fire.
Oh.
Yeah, the back box. One of the capacitors blew.
Oh.
And it was very much in fuego.
Much damage accrued from it?
Nothing that wasn't fixable.
Okay. Well, that's at least nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we have moved beyond needing a technician for Tales from the Crypt, and we need a young priest and an old priest. So if anyone out there knows priests, please send them our way with a good amount of holy water.
Oh.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we are talking about the exorcism of Tales from the Crypt. Where the hell was that ball stuck? Like, it has gone from hilarity to just curiosity at this point. The machine is back on, and the glass is off. It has not gone through a ball search. So my guess is it's probably an issue with the trough, but that's just me. Weatherman Bookie says, our Tales from the Crypt did this at Papa. Can't remember what caused it to go postal, but it was hilarious for the first 30 seconds. Yeah, it's real good for the first 30 seconds, and then it becomes annoying, and then it becomes funny again. It's kind of like if someone goes to a bar and plays, you know, like any given song, like anything from Tom Jones or something like that, over and over and over. Like, What's Up, Pussycat? Just continually, like 10 times in a row. Like, the first time it's funny, second time, third time, maddening. Fourth time, like, homicide then comes through your brain. But, like, around the 7th or 8th time, it becomes funny again. you got that bell curve. Careful. All right, so back to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is not currently on fire and is currently working.
Player 3 is really taking a large lead.
Yeah, this is, you don't necessarily want to put the brakes on when you're player 3, but this looks like ball 3, I think. You probably can, but you probably shouldn't.
I believe it is ball 3, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, you definitely don't want to put the brakes on because you are playing against the rest of your group, and the difference between 4 points and 3 points or 4 points and 2 points actually does make a big difference. But you do run into that situation where you're just like, do I want to keep playing, or am I bored? Do I want to go to the bar? Thankfully, I've never been in that position. I'm always chasing someone else. So, knowing, that's a rough straight down the middle. So I can't really identify with that mindset, but I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes. That's the best I can do right now. All right, player 4 has a whole lot of wood to chop. Certainly not insurmountable, though. Almost $1 million on that skill shot. Certainly worth it. Points are points. Decent control. All right. Into a cradle. We're just going to hang out for a second. Figure out what the heck's going on. What are we shooting for? What are we? Oh, nice post pass. Okay. Everything's all good. A little bouncy. It's fine. Just trying to find those shots. As long as we can keep the ball in play, we can spend as long as we want trying to find that shot. However, those rejections off of those ramps are innumerously dangerous. I can't even tell you how dangerous it is. And into mode start. Into a pod chase. So this mode is all about ramps, but it doesn't matter because he drained out. But that's okay because he has a ball save.
So
and there it went. And there's anger. and there is equal amounts of frustration. Decent bonus. Looks like he came out third place on that one, so certainly not the worst. Certainly not the best. But points is points. Now we look in on Deadpool. Nada.
Mid-game, though, I think.
Yeah.
All 2.
Yep. Good eye. Scott, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah? All right. Scott walking behind us here at the streamer table. Looks like Little Deadpool is lit.
I have no idea which of these is the best to take for any reason.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, I'm seeing blinking lights. I'm going to shoot for those because, generally speaking, those will do good things. If I can, I'll trap up and take a look at what the screen is telling me. That look like yellow shots, which I think were the blinking lights. So those will get you paid in some way, shape, or form. I'm sorry, stream, I don't have more information for you. I really wish I did, but I don't. So you can just bear with me. I am coming at this from a newbie perspective, and maybe that's a perspective that you don't necessarily identify with, but it might be interesting nonetheless. The skill shot was definitely a decent amount of points, 2.5 million.
Now, I do know that for the skill shot, you have to pick the lit lane you want before you plunge. You cannot switch it after you plunge until it hits a switch, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Then you have the option for holding left flipper on a super skill shot, which is trying to get it up the katana ramp, I think, which I find pretty hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Monsters has that same situation where you have to hit the right ramp off of the super skill shot, disables your ball save, and it's like, oh, you want to be a baller? Okay, prove it.
I don't think it has ball save, period.
It does have a little bit.
Okay. I know during multi-ball it has, like, it'll light up and you have the ball save period during multi-ball.
Yeah. No, I gave that machine $2 of my hard-earned money, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt there is a ball save on it. I used it frequently. Weatherman Bookie says this game is really starting to grow on me. Some great call-outs and rules changes. First time heard Deadpool say, "Who do you think you are, Keith Elwind?" And I drained laughing. So, you know, the call-outs are a phenomenal way to lose a ball. Have you ever gotten a call-out or a sound effect or anything in a game that has made you laugh so hard that you just completely drain out?
I don't think so, because anytime I've played pinball really has been in a loud bar.
Oh.
So I can't really even hear what they're saying half the time.
Fair enough.
That's where I wish they would ship all pinball machines with headphone jacks.
Yes.
I think that would be fantastic.
It would be. You know, a lot of the games have great soundtracks, and the call-outs are phenomenal. There are two modes in pinball machines that will instantly cause me to drain out no matter what. And it's because inside my brain, I'm actually 12. And one of them is the switch mode on Sopranos, where they just curse every time you hit a switch, and that makes me just giggle like a schoolgirl. And then the other one is Ipecac mode on Family Guy, and I cannot play that mode. I know it's lucrative. Oh, you can see the regret. Yep, there are words being said. We won't even try and read lips, but you can pretty much fill in the blanks. Hey, buddy.
What's that?
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
You want back on the...
For a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, you hang out here. I need to take a pee.
Oh, no. Hello, everybody.
Welcome back, Scott.
Yes. I think I am just waiting on playing the Munsters, and then I am done for the night.
Ooh.
League has gone for better or for worse, very, very quickly for me. Did Irvin just invent a term, the Lazamis?
There was so Chris and I were talking, and we apparently fell asleep at the wheel and did not call it out correctly when
Chad almost had one himself, but the ball bounced weird.
there was a Lazarus save, I guess, opportunity that somebody looked up from the machine and didn't see the ball pop back out and had the chance to keep playing.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I missed it completely. I'm only guessing that's what it's referring to. So Evan clipped it, I believe.
Nice. Okay, as long as Evan's got a clip of it, then we're good. Oh, look, I see some Evan on Evan shade being thrown right here from Mr. Bookbinder up in Pittsburgh. I want to see the Pinball Narcissist play. Where are you at? Bing, bang, boom. That's true. We see him come in for tournaments every now and then. And he's come in, he came in last week and helped with the commentary for a little bit, which was wonderful of him to do. But you're right, we haven't seen him do Link in quite a while. I know he's a very, very busy man.
I think he's hiding secret tech. He's been in the lab finding new combos, and now he's waiting to bust them out for nationals.
Or for his own tournament.
Evan usually doesn't play.
He doesn't, you're right.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my
I'm
days.
taking a break so you can catch up to me in the rankings. Wow. That's a nuke fired right there. That's not shots. That's the mic drop, the pipe bomb, the everything right there.
So good. I love it.
Here comes Megan stepping up. Ball 2, Deadpool. Player 4 is her. Let's see what she's able to do. Let's see what she's got going here. Can't tell yet what mode she's close to. Obviously, 44 million, she's done a few things already. If nothing else, completed a mode. Oh, bad drop out of the little Deadpool right there. Stop short Evan on short Evan. You're not wrong about that either. Okay, I see now. Okay, they've updated that in the code. Random stuff that we pay attention to. You noticed, if you remember, when the game first came out, the code that would always show up just before your number when you pulled up something in Deadpool was like 1986. It was a year.
Wait, what?
You know the.
Sorry, when I was switching this, I lost track
Yeah,
of
the
what you
match
were
number
saying.
when you do Deadpool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It would always show like 1986 just before your actual match number
Okay.
to see if you got a free game. That time it showed 616.
Oh.
What does 616 mean? I want to know this. In fact, while our man Aaron here is playing, I'm going to look up because I think it's an area code.
That was my first guess.
I think so too.
Daddy, I need some money.
Uh-oh. It's the area code for Grand Rapids, Michigan. What the hell does Deadpool want to do in Grand Rapids, Michigan? What do most people want to do in... Zan, do you want to do anything in Grand Rapids, Michigan?
What about Grand Rapids, Michigan?
We're wondering if there's anything you care about in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
There's got to be something.
I know there's got to be something.
I just don't know.
There's like a minor league hockey team. I mean, that's something.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Is it bad that I know their nickname?
No, it's not bad.
Okay,
it might
good.
win you trivia some night.
That,
Maybe
it's
trivia
right.
should-
It may. Now in the mystery where there are tons of funny quips up above your actual award. Yeah. That's what we're wondering. But obviously it's done a good job of drawing us in because here we are looking up every single one of them like, hey, what does this mean? What are they trying to tell us? You know? They've drawn us in.
Credits, so there you go.
What order am I this time? Other than bad. I guess I am playing the Munsters pretty soon. I didn't think I was going to be up for a minute, and I'm going to be playing.
So quick Monsters discussion.
Let's do it.
Other than what's his name? Not Lurch, but the same guy that's Lurch. I don't know the Monsters characters.
I don't know the Munsters characters
The
well
Frankenstein guy, the 2-ball
Herman.
multi-ball. Yeah. Okay. Other than
Herman.
him, what do you do?
I think you complete the modes in order to get to the Raven multi-ball seems to be the other big thing to do.
Oh, wait, you got to do the exploit, right? Where you get 6x playfield, and then you start Monster Madness, and then you get 36x on every shot or something.
Yes, or 36x on your super jackpot, which suddenly turns your super jackpot into gobs and gobs and gobs of points. Plus, it has a bonus X exploit as well, which is, I think, how you see people get like to 1 billion points in that game. They're doing that through crazy, crazy bonuses.
Well, just do that.
You could.
I mean,
I'm
it's a lot
honestly
easier said than
surprised
done,
this
but just
quickly.
do it.
It would take me forever to type. I've got the Monsters rules down hard. Yeah, Evan has played this. Evan was actually really, really helpful. A shout out to him because he was helpful in showing us that. I don't know if you looked at the stream from last week. The weird thing where the Monsters machine plunged itself.
Huh, okay.
Evan was Johnny on the spot to tell us that at the launch tournament that they had in Pittsburgh, the same thing happened to their machine twice.
Interesting.
So while when you first looked at it in real time, it looked like, even though she wasn't really doing it, that Deborah accidentally plunged the ball. She didn't. It was a machine malfunction.
Unfortunately, you're after me, so don't get too mad.
What? Gee, oh my days. So, yeah, go back on the Monday night, the Monsters launch tournament, which we now have on YouTube, by the way. You can look it up on YouTube. And look up about 4 hours, 15 minutes in, right about the 4:15 point. I still would have DQ'd Deborah from cursing on stream. I kind of allowed her to do it, so I think I would have had to take an L as the broadcaster right then, because I think I allowed executive privilege and be like, I'm going to let you say a cuss word right now because I think you've earned it.
Well, there's a time and a place for them.
You got to
But
use use them in the right spot.
It's we keep it family friendly, but
We do.
they say a lot worse on regular old cable than we do.
They do.
So I mean, at that point, I think we're doing all right.
I will allow for one in a very well used spot.
Yeah.
I mean, good Lord, you turn on USA at 11 o'clock at night anymore, they're saying cuss words.
Oh yeah.
Kind of throws me for a loop because I'm not even used to that. Guess I grew up in a very Puritan household. Evan coming in. When I get my streaming set up, I'm going to have a swear jar because I'm a New England sailor. Yeah, I worked with some people
Are
from
they named
from
Evan
Boston.
also?
Yeah.
Oh, we have two Evans?
WX. Yeah, that's Evan.
Oh, wait.
That is Evan Bookbinder from Pittsburgh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I've been because the whole time I was like I didn't realize that, so I apologize.
It is all good.
First, I thought you meant Evan Bingham, who had two accounts, and he was arguing with himself for a while.
Oh my! Oh my days! Oh my days! Which, by the way, would have been the best thing ever. I would even put Evan up to that. And you're right. There you go. There you freaking go. Oh my God. My first assumption always is that Evan has gone. Even when I know Evan has not gone crazy, I just assume that Evan has gone crazy. It's a safe bet.
Oh man.
Speaking of betting, I don't know if we talked. I don't think I talked about this with anybody last week. No, I think I did. Now that I think about it, what do you think of the fact that there's an offshore outlet putting odds up for the Stern Pro Circuit Championship?
Oh, is that what Fred had posted about?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that is where I saw that,
Yes.
and I think it's awesome. I would rather see a lot more stuff like that.
Talk about it for a minute. I'll come back and we'll talk about it some more.
Okay. I've always been a big fan of betting. You go to Marvel vs. Capcom tournaments, and it's just customary there. Always been a big thing in fighting games. So I'd love to see more of that in pinball. I'd like to see more kind of heated rivalries be formed because of it. Like, play first to 10 for like $100. That sounds awesome. I guess it's got to be for Monopoly money, though, or else you get in trouble. For combined whoppers, duo FD, we're going to Papa Circuit Finals. Go on both our behalf. What format, Evan? The combined whoppers, or the like first to 10 for $100?
We're on camera. I can't play. Sorry.
Oh, all right. Looks like we got a Guardians game. Double check. Still nobody on Deadpool. I think gambling brings light to competitive pinball, and I play $1 games all the time. But my problem with this is, one, we spent decades trying to get pinball out of the banned gambling scene. Two, it's not a team sport, and the cash prizes on tournaments frankly suck compared to other sports gaming. Thus, it's very easy for collusion to occur. There's no incentive not to throw the match. It can't be proven to earn more money on the side. So that's happened in fighting games a lot too, where like the two people in grand finals would just agree to do a pot split because they both knew they were that good, so both of them make more money that way. With that, I kind of understand where it's like, okay, are we upset about, because if they aren't trying to win the money because they know they're getting the paycheck, people are more likely to play lax and not try as hard. It's just hurting the competitive integrity in general. So I definitely get that argument. I don't really know what you would do to prevent that other than including sponsors. Like, you bring in sponsors where now you've got someone backing you, essentially. Scott's hopping back on now. So wait. Hold on. So are you in between balls right now?
I am, yes.
Okay. So very quick. We brought this up. Catch up with Evan from Pittsburgh, right?
Evan Bookbinder,
Okay.
yes.
Here we go. So I said that I'd like to see essentially money matches, like first to 10 for $100.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and forth. Loser picks game. So, where's that in here for you?
Oh, yeah, I'm reading it right here. Yeah. And I think Evan makes very good points. And the thing that I read that was very interesting, it actually came on a post from Josh Sharp on Facebook. And he went through and said, hey, if we're looking at this honestly, if we wanted to be completely unbiased, how many of the people who are actually playing in the Stern Pro Circuit really shouldn't be playing in the Stern Pro Circuit Finals? And I think out of like the top 20 players, it was like 16 people, based on people who are maybe employees of Stern,
Okay.
who are tournament directors of various events across the Stern Pro Circuit,
So not necessarily due to skill, but
due to association or potential for bias.
okay.
Yeah, so that would be a fair thing too, to say that, hey, are these people maybe, Trent, for example, the biggest Stern distributor in the entire world. Mm-hmm. So he's distributing Stern's machines. There is a benefit for him potentially in there too.
I mean,
So
Trent's also ranked, what, 7th in the world?
he is ranked 7th in the world.
I mean,
True.
I mean,
But admittedly, I think there's a big difference between saying, hey, you earned some Whopper points for your ranking, and you are... Exactly, and Evan's right about that. They deserve to be playing. They're absolutely the most skillful players in the world, but there is the potential for conflict of interest there, which makes the gambling side of it very, very interesting. I agree with you. I'm not opposed to the idea of having there be gambling on the table, but just like we're seeing in traditional sports right now, there's a lot of rules, there's a lot of regulations about it that I do think maybe need to be worked out. But if we get to that point where it's like you can bet on that kind of thing, I'm not opposed to that in the long term, as long as they can do it right.
Just had me standing there like.
Please, someone clip her playing that game right there, because that clip needs to be shared with the world.
Can I have a better face?
Here, hold on.
It.
No, we're gonna cut off Kit for just a minute
No.
here.
You don't have to do that.
No, but we want to. No, we want to. We're doing that. Hop in. Hi.
Much better face than losing to Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's happened to many of us tonight. It absolutely has. And see Alex over here sneaking off camera. There we go. He's back on. He can't avoid the camera. All right, back to Guardians here. Yeah, and Merv makes a good point, too. Esports betting is really becoming a thing, and it really is kind of a wild, wild west right now. So I'm going to play my ball, too. We'll talk about it more in just a minute. But, yeah, I don't mind the idea. I love it, but there are a lot of big what-ifs in there, too, for sure.
So I guess that is tough. Like, I guess you would just hope that, I don't know, you would hope that there's, first and foremost, enough money on the line, that enough money or enough reason to continue winning, that taking the loss is not worth it. So either some sort of incentive to win outside of the money, whether it be like guaranteed qualification for X event, something of that nature, a large increase in points to like guarantee that. I guess for the latter's sake, I don't know. There needs to be some other incentive that can. I guess it can be quantified by money. Everyone's got their price, but enough incentive to not let that make the decision if they're betting on themselves on the side. And if that ever came out, I mean, you just ban the person, right? Like, that's not what it's about. But as somebody on the side, I should be just fine, you know, to bet on, if I want to bet on Evan or Trent or whoever. I think that's interesting. I guess in my specific reference, you know, I would like to see just people get crazy and say, hey, you know, play me first to 10, $100, $1,000, whatever. I really think I've got this. So
I just want the headphone real quick. Alex, I hate to interrupt this. I have to tell you, I just got the rarest thing in pinball history.
it plunged the ball, but it jumped over the slingshot and drained.
No.
Oh, okay.
I got a ball save on Munsters.
Oh, okay. I was just asking. Chris said he got the same thing, and I'm like, I didn't think it existed.
I didn't think it existed either. There's just one problem. I then promptly blew it and actually drained again.
I think there's still the switch.
Yes. Now back to Chris.
I have returned. What'd I miss?
Well, we were just actually discussing how you feel about the fact that there's an offshore site taking bets for the Stern Pro circuit.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about this. So, pinball has fought against gambling for a long, long time.
Now, I feel like it is a very different day and age now,
It is.
especially with games in general.
Mm-hmm. I mean, these sites will also take bets on damn near anything.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not that bad. It's not like one-to-one betting like at the tournament or something like that, but it's still, you know, considering the history, it's still a little bit ew. And, you know, I wish I had words, but I don't. I only have sounds to actually kind of explain where I'm coming from with that.
I understand.
Yeah.
Because it's, and that was what Evan Bookbinder brought up, that, you know, with the history of, I guess I can just pull it up so you can see the other stuff too. But right here, bam, is where it starts. So I think gambling brings to light competitive pinball. I play $1 games all the time, but my problem with it is we spent decades trying to get it out of the banned gambling scene. So it's like, okay, the argument here is people betting on the game itself rather than whether playing the game is considered gambling. So a little bit different, but at the same time, now it's point number 2 being when the cash prizes suck compared to other games, what is stopping people from throwing games because they've bet enough money on the side on themselves or the other person? But I'm assuming you have to do all of this way ahead of time. So you're going to have to predict who's going to win before the event even starts.
Yeah.
And then get far enough to throw it to the right person to actually have enough influence over how much your bet's going to do.
Well, you're also looking at the potential influence of bookies themselves, and that gets into even muddier waters, and I highly doubt that pinball betting will ever get to the point where that becomes an issue, but it's still a potential. Yeah, so Evan brings up a good point about the older pinball machines being more like, slot machines rather than...
They actually had a physical payout, correct?
Yeah.
My grandpa told me that's how he financed his Corvette when he was younger. He played pinball.
Yeah, and, it was almost sort of like the pachinko style, if I understand correctly, where you would cash in your extra games that you would win.
Okay.
It wouldn't actually pay anything out. There wasn't a mechanic that gave you something. It was just like, oh, I've won 9 free games. I can cash those out, much like the pachinko machines in Japan, where it's like, oh, yeah, these balls are completely useless unless I go and buy this small little tchotchke and then go next door to actually sell it, where they pay me out, what it's actually worth.
Okay.
But there is still a very large stigma around gambling and pinball and everything else. And considering that we just got out of the problems and a lot of the laws against pinball in a lot of places, in the last 30 to 50 years, no, it's not even been, it's like 20 maybe. And that's probably still high. Yeah, that is definitely a concern, and I can see both sides of the coin. Like a lot of places will still do dollar games just for funsies, and it's low stakes. No one's losing their mind or no one's losing their shirt on it, but it's still gambling, and that's still illegal. So, I guess it comes down to where you're at on the alignment chart. $10 game on The Walking Dead. There were 5 people on the side bet of who would win. Only to learn that one person in the side bet put action on me. Smart man he was. Well, yes. And I guess people will always bet on things. Even if it's just kind of like a 1-to-1 bet. You don't have a bookie. You don't have odds. You don't have people covering bets. It's just, oh, yeah, I'll bet you $10 that, he does X with Y. And I think that happens with a lot of things. And that's fine, if you have a bunch of consenting people doing that. But yeah, the actual bookie and everything else. Oh god, that gets to such a weird angle. And yes, we've got a great game going on here. Bree is absolutely tearing it up. Yeah, Bree is just an absolute animal when she gets into the groove of things. Honestly terrifying sometimes. I am very glad that I don't have to play her. There have been times in which, after Pinburg over at Replay FX, we find each other and just play some casual games, and I just get absolutely slaughtered. And, there's the one side of things where it's like, oh man, I'm so happy that you're doing so well. Ooh. Oh, God. Get paid, girl. My Lord. Are you going to leave any points on the board for everyone else? What a nice slap save. That was gorgeous. Man. So, I completely got derailed again. But in any event, Bree is absolutely dominating right now. just qualified Hadron Enforcer. Got double scoring rolling. Looking real good. Okay, out of double scoring at this point, but still did a good amount of damage. Not about as much as she wants. Yeah, she doesn't have control right now. She is definitely playing this flow, which is surprising because words were said.
Commentator's curse.
Yep. But Lord,
Very good.
that
ball.
was ridiculous.
Orb's not working.
What? Orb? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kept hitting it and it didn't work. And I was,
Yeah, Bree was saying that Orb is not working, and yeah, I think we've been talking a little bit about that on this machine. Orb is just not exactly a reliable shot, and that makes playing pinball kind of interesting because now you know if your strategy involves Orb, your strategy is now completely blown up. What do you do? And how well do you know the game to work around it? You know, do you have a backup strategy? Do you know the game?
Tori's here?
Yeah.
Alex, I'm going to need to borrow that mic for that.
Uh-oh. Sure. Scott coming back on stream. Alex, thank you so much. You've been phenomenal.
Say what? Hi, Tori. How the heck you doing? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Evan, Orb is still not a reliable shot. Sometimes it qualifies, sometimes it does not.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that are acting up with this Guardians of the Galaxy machine
Yeah.
tonight. Someone else said the same thing to me.
Yeah.
There's a couple things being funky with it. Now, grant you, everyone's got to deal with it, so it's a fair game for league play. But definitely not playing at 100% tonight, that's for
No.
sure. Kind of like my voice.
Yeah, I was about to say that your voice is going.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel fine. Voice, not so much.
Yeah.
Probably
It's
at
the
that, I'll
weather.
call it here soon. Oh, nice. Evan's coming out. I'll be out to Columbus soon enough. I promised Laser Los a streaming night. There you go.
That'd be great.
I keep talking, Evan. I keep talking like I want to make a trip up to Pittsburgh to do a pop-up broadcast at some point.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
I would love to do it. I just haven't got everything put together to make it happen yet. Really, I need to talk to. Good job, Bree. By the way, that was awesome.
That was a hell of a ball.
Yes.
Did you leave points on the board for anyone else?
maybe.
It doesn't look like it.
Orb would work so I could get some more points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to make a trip up to Pittsburgh at some point. I just haven't put the logistics of it together yet because it would be a Monday night. I think that's when Papa does their streams as well, and that's hard to do.
Do they do, Fight Club on Thursdays still?
I think they have been doing Fight Club, but I don't know if they stream it.
Yeah.
Evan, you would probably know that better than I do, like the official Papa streaming schedule here.
Bree, do you want to get on the mic?
Yeah, jump on. I need to head out here pretty soon, so if you want to jump on
I
for a few
still got
minutes.
their ball.
That was ball 2?
Yeah.
That was ball 2.
I still have their ball.
Bree! It's Nap Arcade, everybody. Nap, how are you?
Nap. What's going on, brother?
Evan's like, do it. That's right. Because Pop-Up TV Live will be moving
I
to
don't know.
Tuesday when we reboot here. Okay, Evan, we're going to have a conversation. That might actually work better for me for a multitude of reasons. So we might have to make something happen. I know I mentioned something to Fred about it when I last, and Brian Tessier, because I saw them at Super Electric back in December
Oh, wow.
for their tournament,
Okay.
for the battle tournament. And yeah, we hear it. We just started Fight Club this past Thursday, play testing, of course.
Yeah.
We don't broadcast because there's way too many games being tested given night, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and speaking of Pinburg, 1,000 people, and it sold out in 10 seconds.
Did it take 10? I heard 5.
I heard 10, but that may be incorrect. But
Look,
I know it was
5
seconds.
seconds to 10 seconds.
It
It's
does
still
not,
seconds.
Yeah, it's less than a minute that Pinburg
Yeah.
sold out.
For 1,000 spots in that tournament.
Yeah,
I know.
it's ridiculous.
Think about that. In the course of 10 seconds, $130,000 got spent on Pembroke tickets.
And then Bowen probably said words. Because now he has to organize that.
Bowen has probably been saying words for a while now, and I understand it because that is a massive undertaking
That
to
is
do that.
huge. And, you know,
And I
big-
can't give enough you're right. I can't give enough shout outs to everybody who helps with Pimber.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, what they do, no matter what you think about anything about that tournament, is a massive, massive undertaking, and the people who do it have to put hours upon hours upon hours of their life into that.
Yeah.
And it's insane how much they do just for the love of the game.
Yeah.
And we're thankful they do.
And beyond just the tournament itself, there's replay as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
And that is gigantic. A huge undertaking, logistically to move all those games, and then to set up all of the side pots and side tournaments and make sure everything's working.
Yeah.
And the console area is phenomenal. Thank you, Scott.
Happy to help with it, man. And it's really amazing going up there helping with the console section, because I get to see everything come together. Pinball, console, arcade, stages, everything.
Yeah.
It's an amazing process to see that happen over the course of that Monday through Wednesday before the show happens. They have 3 days to do everything.
It's entirely unrealistic, and yet they've pulled it off 2 years in a row, and I'm expecting no problems on the third.
Oh, yeah.
And if anyone ever says, oh, this doesn't work right, I'm like, look around you. Do you see everything that is correct here? The fact that this random Zakaria machine is off level by, a centimeter.
By the way, did a Zakaria machine come to your mind because of our inside joke about Farfalla?
No. But it's always the Zakarias. Last time we went to replay, I played a lot of the Zakarias because they're growing on me. Mm-hmm. Because they're so derpy. I love them.
They really are derpy.
They're so derpy, and they're not bad. They're
right.
Bad good.
Yes, I agree.
Bad.
Evan, I don't disagree that it would be good to have an arcade competition. I'm hopeful we're going to have some good console competitions again this year, too. So stay tuned for that. I know things are in the works. I've been talking to Josh and Mark. You probably know as much as I do about all that stuff as well. So, stay tuned. Good things are happening there. Arcade, maybe not. Console, definitely.
I still think that we need to take Pinjammers out to...
Dude, Pinjammers, I think I want Pinjammers to happen right here.
Pinjammers could happen here, but I think it could happen on replay, too.
I think it could happen on replay as well.
I think the interesting thing about running that at replay is that you have a lot of pinball guys, but I don't think you have a lot of pinball guys who would be good or knowledgeable at Windjammers. Jesse from Arcade Legacy would be in that running where he's good at both.
Would be.
But,
he's amazing at both.
When you think about all of the other top-tier players, it's I don't know if you'd be good at Windjammers. I'm sorry.
We'll talk about that later from the Windjammers tournament last year. There are things.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right.
I tried. Let's simply put it that way.
Okay.
I tried damn hard.
Well, that was just Windjammers. So you had
true.
all the Windjammers players. But if you combine that with pinball and you smash
it makes
those,
an amazing thing.
You got a really weird Venn diagram of
Waterworld translates. My God.
Yeah, dude, I have a Waterworld Translite. I don't know how. I think I just showed up to a tournament. It's here, have it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
You came in best place. You can totally have a Waterworld translate.
Oh, you came right in the middle of the pack with a completely uninspiring game? Here, have a Waterworld.
Love it.
Did you look at a pinball machine? You're not even in the tournament? Have this. Have fun. Oh, Street Fighter 2 pinball. Okay, we're talking about this now.
All right, I'm going to let you talk about this because I do need to get out of here, unfortunately, for the night. We're going to bring Bree. Now, do you want to come over and talk?
Sure.
Because we're going to give you, we're not going to tell you what he's going to start talking about until you get the headphones. So we're going to make this interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to make this really interesting. I am signing off for the night because my voice is apparently signed off about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Take a little break myself, drink some tea, because I'm feeling fine, but no voice.
Yeah,
it happens.
A little bit of throat coat, a little bit of honey.
Sinus allergies, it does that.
Yes, it does.
All right. I'm signing off. Bree is signing in. Chris.
As always, my friend. Thank you.
I will talk to you next Monday.
Yes, indeed.
Tori, have a good one. Everybody, have a good one. And yes, Bree, you did just win a Waterworld Translate. I want to congratulate you. Yes, you did.
Is that what you're going to talk about?
Sort of.
Okay.
We're talking about bad pinball machines. And we started off with Zakaria.
Hold on, I can't hear you.
Okay. You'll be able to hear me once you put the headphones on. Okay. Hi, Bree.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. So we were talking about bad pinball machines, and we started off with Zakaria, and then we started talking about Waterworld and the fact that Waterworld translates are given away at every tournament because, dear God, there are so many.
You mean not World Poker Tour? Because every single tournament I go to, there's a World Poker Tour translate being given away.
Probably. So, have you played the Street Fighter II pinball machine?
I have.
I'm
I know
sorry.
someone in town who owns it.
I'm really sorry.
I
I didn't
know.
know that there was one infecting our city. Yeah, you have a ton of fans right now.
Oh, thanks, friends.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that it's not leaning to the right like last week, because on Monday it was leaning so far to the right.
Yeah. So, Street Fighter 2. That game is derpy as hell.
Yeah, it is really dirty.
The call-outs, I think, are the worst. Use the flipper. No.
Really? I had no
Oh,
idea.
thank you, Street Fighter 2.
Oops, sorry.
It's all good.
I just throw my hand into the mic.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's had worse. And oh god, that the Chun-Li at the top, just
Yes.
nothing about that looks right. It looks like yoga gone bad.
It is. It's a very interesting pinball machine.
It's
Needless to say.
You know, all the Gottliebs from that era are silly.
See, I love all those weird, silly Gottliebs. Like
Yeah?
Class of 1912.
Okay, that's kind of like a different era of
Okay.
Gottlieb, right? So like you've got the Gottlieb with like the LCD
Yes.
lines, right?
Yes.
Those are awesome.
Yes.
Those are dope. Like you've got Genesis, you've got Victory, you've got Class of 1912. You've got
What's the one with the cactuses?
yeah, Cactus
Cactus
Jacks.
Jacks.
My
Yeah.
wife loves that
I
machine.
also love that machine.
She hugs it every time we go to Pinburg.
Yep, that's the only place I've ever seen it.
Did I say Genesis? Because if I
Yes.
did, Genesis is
I played that for the first time in Cleveland this year.
Genesis
or like
is
last
so
year.
dope.
It was really cool.
yes, and the sound package is good on that. Like everything is good on Genesis. Cue Ball Wizard. Okay, that might be one of the only Gottlieb DMDs that are okay.
I do
But-
like cue ball.
Generally speaking, all of the Gottlieb DMD games are trash garbage.
A trash fire.
Yeah. Oh, TX Sector. Yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
another good
that's a
one.
good one.
That one's phenomenal. I knew I was forgetting one of them, but yeah, like, okay, so as far as Gottlieb DMDs go, Cue Ball Wizard and I think Gladiators, I think are
I do
the,
like.
yeah, that's redeemable.
Yeah,
you
those
know?
are good.
Yeah, they're still derpy, but
They
they're
definitely are derpy.
they're not phenomenal. Teed Off is fun, but then you realize that No Good Gophers exists, and then it's not fun anymore. Trent with a heartbreaker of the ball. But then you look at like every other DMD that's out there that Gottlieb made, and they're just Frank Thomas, bad. Super Mario Brothers, totally a Gottlieb, bad.
Yeah.
Both of them. The half-size one and the
And the
full-size.
full-size.
Right, and they're both bad. I'm trying to think of other DMDs that are out there. Stargate. Stargate is... Geometrically, Stargate is cool. But, I mean, Dirtbird.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bird that comes out
And
when you start multi-ball.
The ramps are so steep. you can
Yes,
barely
the
hit 'em.
ramps. The ramps are ludicrous.
It's ridiculous.
But the Dirt Bird is like the coup de grace. It's the dessert on top of
It's true.
the crap burger that is that machine, because you start multi-ball and this little like plasticky looking bird that's supposed to be a ship pops out and it's just like, "Bah! Hello!" And it just moves back and forth and you can hear the mechanics through the glass and it's just like, "Hello! I'm a bird! You're in multi-ball! No, you're not!" And then it goes away, and then the lid on where it comes out of just clunk.
Yep.
It just shuts.
Because it's the pyramid, right?
Yeah, it's the pyramid, and it just clank.
It's like a bad cuckoo clock.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I won't be able to look at that machine now without thinking cuckoo clock. Oh, you broke it more.
You're welcome.
Oh.
You're so welcome.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about Jersey Jack machines earlier. I think Jersey Jack would knock Zelda out of the park.
I do too.
I think the problem would be figuring out what the heck you were supposed to do on that game.
Yeah.
Have you played the new Pirates of the Caribbean that they
I
put out?
have, yeah. So Sideswipe, the new location for ASA. It actually has one on location, and I put up the number 3 score yesterday, which was pretty cool.
Nice. Did you have any idea what you were doing?
A little bit. I knew this much. I heard go for stacking multi-balls. I said, okay. Do I know how to get any of these? Not at all.
And when I asked, do you know what you're doing on that machine? It's not judging your pinball playing prowess. It's more.
It's a rule set.
It's the rule set and the way it explains and communicates that to the player.
Yeah.
It's just expecting you, I'm going to play Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes looking up rule sets and rules and which character do I pick? Because there's more than most fighting games.
And I always choose the guy with one eye because if you go onto the Black Pearl, you press the middle button and you get an extra ball. And I always found that advantageous because I like having more than one ball.
Yeah.
But Kim was talking about how she always chooses the pirate guy.
Jack Sparrow?
No.
Was there another?
Yeah, in a field of pirates. Which one am I talking about?
Yeah.
Barbossa. She always chooses Barbossa because he makes multi-balls easier.
Oh.
And so she always the name of the game is to go for multi-balls and to stack them. And so she's like, I always choose Barbossa because he makes it easier.
Yes, Tori, Jersey Jack did a Pirates of the Caribbean machine. It's beautiful because all the Jersey Jack games are. But there's a whole lot going on.
There's a lot going on. It's a beautiful machine, though.
Yeah.
It plays very smoothly. The shots feel great,
Oh.
Hold, please.
Do a quote for Wednesday.
All right.
Fair enough.
This would have been bad to lose.
Oh, yeah, that would have been bad. Bye, Scott. Sorry about that. Yeah, so, the Jersey Jack games are super, super nice. But again, we're talking about these really, really deep rule sets. I think Dialed In was probably the last one that had a mostly comprehensible rule set without getting into quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
And then you look at, some of the newer ones like Pirates of the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, I'm sorry, I don't have a PhD in pinballology.
Also, Wizard of Oz, which seems very simplistic. And then you look into the rule set. I watched a tutorial for an hour and still can't tell you anything on what to do.
Oh no!
What the heck am I supposed to do when I go up to the top and get the house?
Yeah. And then even looking at American pinball with Houdini, I have no idea what's going on there. I don't know what's going on with
Oktoberfest.
Yeah, Oktoberfest. And then, what in the hell is that game's name? I can see it in my mind. It's Creepy Haunted House, but not America's Most Haunted. It's the one with the rock star who's super creepy, and it's not Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
No, it's the other one.
No, it's not that one.
There was another one.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Welcome to my world, where my brain has shut down. Have we ever heard more about Lebowski? Alice Cooper. That was it. Yes. Alice Cooper. That's another one where it's this game looks interesting, but it's sparse. It doesn't feel right.
It's very twitchy. I
Yeah.
feel like, I don't know how
Yeah,
to
no, you
describe
can't control
it.
on that game. At least I wasn't able to. It was just flip now, flip now, flip now. It was ADHD of pinball.
Which one was the Big Lebowski?
Big Lebowski was from Dutch Pinball.
Is that the one that they remade the EM into?
No. Big Lebowski was a brand new machine made by Dutch Pinball, and it got into some hellacious problems with licensing. And there was a couple machines made, and it's beautiful because it's got an underplay field with a bowling game in it.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen shots of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It plays
okay.
super nice. But yeah, I've heard nothing of it. The last I heard was there was a dust-up with the ownership, and someone ran away with money and refunded a bunch of people on who bought into it.
Kind of like Magic Girl.
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah, Magic Girl 2.0.
Oh, Magic Girl.
Yeah. And
Have you ever seen one of those in your life?
I've not. Have you?
No, there's one in California. I always say I'm going to go one year, but never ever make it.
It's like Predator, trying to find one of those out in the wild. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because I think, oh, wow, that was a bit of a shove there. I don't know if the game owed Trent money, but, oh! And back at you, sir. Good day, sir. We saw that. Yeah, we saw that. You have a ball save going. Oh, he already plunged. Never mind. He just walked away. It's like, don't need to look at that.
Trying to find when I was in Chicago for the Chicago Expo that's held every year. We played some new games. I was trying to talk about those.
Yeah.
Also, while I was there was a women's tournament for Houdini. I got third place in, which was pretty cool. You mentioned Houdini.
Yeah.
The rule set is very interesting on that one. Plus, the shots are very tight. I don't know how I feel about that. I like the game when I'm in a groove, but if you're not, you hit one post and it's down the middle. Which is no fun. Talking of women's pinball, Level 1 does do a Wednesday night league here. It's every other night. We're a very casual league, but it's pretty awesome. So any of you ladies listening right now, come on out to Level 1 on Wednesdays. We start at 8 p.m. And this week is our bye week, so you can either come out and hang out with us and have fun, or you can come next week, which is when we do our actual league.
All right. So that's super exciting. It's very cool to hear that there is a women's league out here.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I'm very excited to see it happen.
So, a little bit of history. I used to be against the idea of a women's league. I didn't understand it because there's no gender difference. Oh, Mafia.
That's what I was talking about.
There's no gender difference in a female player versus a male player when it comes to pinball. But then, after going to more tournaments and seeing the social aspect of the game, you can have some people that are not exactly cool.
Yes.
And having a tournament that is way easier to deal with socially as a female is super great. And now I get it, and I'm so glad that it exists. So if you are around on Wednesday nights here in Columbus, please come out, play in the Women's League. You'll have a great time. There's a great bunch of people out here.
Yeah, we just hit like 20 players too, which is super cool.
That's awesome.
Also, a little like plug, if you're not a female, you can still come out. We do a high score tournament, so you can come and hang out with your lady, or if you want to just come out and hang out with us, we are a really cool bunch. We always do a high score, and half of the proceeds go to, I want to say the Y, Jen will correct me if I'm wrong, and then the other half go to the person who gets first place.
That's awesome.
So it's always fun for everyone.
Heck yeah. Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that that's a thing that happens. And I'm glad it exists, and I'm glad that Level 1 is doing it. That's awesome. YWCA is where the money goes, it seems.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a Y in there somewhere, you know.
There was letters. Letters happen.
I pay attention, but I also don't pay attention. Kind of the worst.
So, Bree, your pinball knowledge and rule sets and things of that nature
Yes.
are incredible.
Oh, well, thank you.
How do you find it easiest to learn? Do you like just grind on the game, or
Yes.
do you like do research?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
So I'll do like an example. Like currently right now I'm trying to learn Batman 66. So I looked up the new code and saw what was different with Batman 66. But like I can tell you the rule set of a game, but being able to like execute it is completely different.
Well, sure.
And so I grind and grind and grind and try to get it down. So like I did that with Munsters. I can tell you all of the rule sets for Munsters. Can I play a good, decent game on it? Not at all. Maybe, I think I played it Monday and I didn't even get 5 flips.
Oh,
It's fine. I'll get there.
that's the interesting thing about pinball, I think, because normally if you know a strategy or a rule set, like a board game or something like
It's
that.
almost a catch-22. I wish I didn't know rule sets, because then I could just like flail around and play and like keep the ball in play,
Oh, sure.
which would be nice. But I'm such a rules girl.
Drink.
I don't
You
like
forget 'em all.
playing when I'm
Yeah.
drinking.
Yeah. Yet Kim has a very interesting method of flipping the ball. She really does give it some English, and it does help. Surprisingly enough, it does help. But yeah, when it comes down to playing casually when you know a rule set, it does become rather difficult, because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I know what I should be shooting for.
Right? And you're
So I
like,
should shoot for it because getting points is fun. But that ramp is
it's
real
so
fun.
much fun. Yep.
And it's it's hard to hit, and whenever I hit it, I get that nice little endorphin rush of like, yay, I hit the thing.
Yes.
And I should practice this shot, and there's no pressure right now. But I like points.
Yep.
So
I wholeheartedly agree. Josh and I do this thing every once in a while where we will play a game and we'll literally just focus on one shot.
Yeah.
And we'll just keep playing it until we keep getting it. So that's really nice. When Star Wars came out, we did that a lot with the Death Star shot and for like the hurry up mode, which is really nice. But
nice.
yeah.
So you can just dial in that shot.
Yeah.
At least on that machine on that given day.
Yes, right?
And then it changes. So you've played a lot of tournaments all over the place. That's kind of been your thing recently, is traveling and playing in tournaments, which is so cool.
It has been really, really cool.
Do you find it difficult playing a machine that you know in an environment that you don't?
Yes. I feel like I struggle with that a lot. If I'm working on it, but yeah, I do. I get a little awkward when I'm not in my home turf.
Okay.
But it's really great. I like going to all these events because I get to meet so many like fantastic players.
Oh,
so
yeah.
many like new approaches. I love watching people play. Like I've always been a watcher. I can't play video games because I get really sick. So I've always watched people play video games, which is nice. So it's always been really great to watch people play pinball and learn from them and see like, oh hey, they like let that dead bounce. I should do that too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool.
So where did you learn a lot of your pinball skills? Like what was like the first thing that got you fully invested into pinball and like that moment of I figured out like
That was a really good save.
That
I'm
was
sad that it went down the middle.
yeah,
for Kim.
that was a really good start of a phenomenal save.
Yeah. My pinball origin story is when I was a kid, I hated grocery shopping, and I really did. I hated it so much. My mom would take me to Giant Eagle, and there was an Addams Family free play. And so I would go, and I would play Addams Family while my mom shopped, and it was super awesome.
Heck yeah.
And I learned pinball there a little bit, and then never really touched it again. I moved from Menor when I was in 6th grade to Mansfield. When I moved to Columbus, they started this bar. I was one of the very first people who came to this bar when it opened because I worked at the Starbucks over there. And they were like, we have a women's league, you should join. And I was like, really? I haven't really played in a while. And I was like, let me just play today and see how I do. And I stayed for 12 hours and played pinball. And I was like, okay, maybe I should join the women's league.
Maybe.
Joined the women's league, had a blast. It was super fun, and I ended up winning. And so when I won my first women's league, I was just like, you know what? This is something I can do. Like, this is really fun. So I just started doing more and more and more. That eventually led to me meeting Trent and him being like, you should go to this tournament. You should go to this tournament. So I went to all these tournaments, and I played in the competition. I had no idea what I was doing. I always ended up, like, really close to the bottom, but I had a blast doing it. And so
That's awesome.
kind of in it for the ride right now. It's
Awesome.
been really, really fun.
Well, the Columbus leagues and the Columbus pinball scene is so much better having you. Thank you
It's
for being a part of it.
Booming. I am very happy to be a part of it. I love everything that Columbus is doing for the pinball scene. Kim and John and Gillian, Jen have all been really great and fantastic. It's been really awesome. So.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. So if you're in the Columbus area or thereabouts, Columbus adjacent, come on over, play some pinball with us. We always love new players, and yeah.
Aw, Irvin.
Also, Penn Stadium, thank you for the 16 bits. Thank you for the
thank you.
more 16 bits. We very much appreciate you. As always, bits, subscriptions, any way that you can donate is always appreciated. Don't feel that you have to, but we do appreciate it. It helps make the stream better. It helps us fund our cameras and our equipment and all the things that help make this stream happen. So thank you so very, very much. The support is very much recognized, noticed, and we're so appreciative of it. I cannot stress that enough.
She is.
Reese is still here somewhere.
She's hanging out with kids.
Oh, all right. There you go. Good ball so far. Getting some balls locked in multi-ball.
Jane's getting in the groove.
Yep. Jackpot's up to $1.2 million a pop. So he's starting to get paid.
She is on the screen right now. No, that's definitely her.
Yeah, that is definitely Therese. 100% Therese. Now, granted, we do have a delay, so laser loss, get bodied. The delay in chat versus the stream does tend to cause some problems. So, like right now, Therese just left, but you won't actually see that in chat for about another 10 seconds.
I like doing nowhere during my multi-ball because I probably have already completed Yaka, and so I want a different mode to go into. If I didn't complete Yaka, for sure it would be great to go into multi-ball with.
Wolfman, what's up? How you doing, brother? We already mentioned Lion Man from Swords of Fury, so now we have Wolfman.
Lion Man.
Lion Man. I'm teaching my cat how to play pinball. You know they're really good at it, chasing on top of the glass.
I have 2 dogs. They're not good at chasing on top of the
No?
glass. No. They're not allowed on top of the glass of my pinball machine.
Which machine do you have?
Actually, I own 2. I have Knockout and I have a Palooka.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that you owned 2. I thought that you won one of them from the league, but I wasn't
didn't
sure.
win anything yet, which is sad. I really hope I get power play, and then Kim can come over and play it all the time because I know she wants it. But yeah, I ended up getting a really great deal on them. So
Awesome. That's great.
yeah, but my 2 dogs are huge. I have 2 Dalmatians. They would not allowed near it.
No, they would not be.
No.
When Kate moved in with me, my wife, we had a number of dogs, one of which was a large greyhound, and I'm like, I don't know how these dogs are going to be around this pinball machine, or how they're going to be around these 5 pinball machines. Not okay with this. My cat just loves the silver mousy. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's 100% fair. Oh, man. Are we still in league play at this point?
Yeah, this is one of their games for League.
I think this is the last one. I'm pretty sure this is the last group.
Yeah, we're wrapping up.
Yeah. Well, standings should be posted on the Facebook group if you are interested to see who did good and who did not good, or who did mediocre.
Me. I had that one really good game, but most of the other ones were pretty mediocre.
Okay. You know what? Mediocre is still points.
It's true.
You still get paid for mediocre.
It's very true.
How many drinks has Trent had? I don't know. It was not my night to watch him. I unfortunately do not know, but based on his level of play, I'm guessing not many. He's doing really well. That said, Trent plays well no matter what. He could be hanging upside down from the ceiling. He would still play pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of love for Laser Los. A lot of fans. And we appreciate him being a part of the Columbus pinball scene.
Heck yeah. Sorry if I didn't include you, Los.
Yeah, he's just phenomenal.
Your stream's fantastic. I watch you all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, he's super fun to watch, so give him a follow. Check him out.
Yeah, I just watched his Roadshow where he completed all of the cities.
Oh, Roadshow.
Which was so cool.
Roadshow's so fun.
That was an awesome game.
I always liked Bowen's tutorial on Roadshow. That was one of those tutorials that gives you that aha moment. Wow.
I love you too.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Roadshow is creepy, but it's not like
Wow.
Funhouse creepy.
Yeah. Did you see on the Facebook page where they were cleaning?
Oh yeah, yeah. Anytime you take off, the face plates on Roadshow or even more so Funhouse.
Terrifying.
Terrifying. I mean, that's 100%. Yeah, it's 100% nightmare fuel.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Also, I definitely would buy a shirt
With just
with Laser Lows. Sorry.
oh yeah, I would
Talking
totally do
about
that.
Someone's our pin. What?
Needs an apparel line.
Yeah.
You know, if part of that apparel line was kind of like the schematic of Rudy from Funhouse, deconstructed, so I just have like a faceless Rudy on my shirt, I would wear that.
I would wear that.
I would wear the hell out of that.
I'm always looking for pinball shirts.
Yeah. You know, it's really hard to find good ones.
Yeah.
The generator couldn't handle the pinball machine. Double flips, so one of the upper flippers was disabled. Did not know that, Weatherman. Thank you. Yeah, so... Oh, what was I talking about? Yeah, so pinball shirts. So I like wearing a lot of geeky shirts and stuff like that, but I don't like the overtly geeky shirts. It's like, I'm a big fan of Doctor Who, and I got the logo on my shirt.
Right.
But something that, like, kind of gives it a nod, and if you're into that scene, someone knows. Otherwise, they're just like, oh, that's a cool little design, neat.
Yep.
So anything like that for pinball would be super cool.
I agree.
Oh, yeah, Trent's like got a really good
He makes
game.
that backhand shot look so easy. Every time
Yeah.
I try to do that, it never works.
Yeah.
Like that right there.
Mhm.
Okay, show off.
Yeah, easy. And you'll notice that he's avoiding orb completely. Doesn't need it. Doesn't want it.
Well,
Knows-
it's disabled too.
exactly. I mean, is it like hard disabled or is it just broken?
Oh, it
disabled?
literally was not registering at all.
Yeah.
So.
I've seen it register a couple times, so I think it's kind of working, but you need,
Yeah.
like, the pinball gods to bless your shot, and I think you need to sacrifice a goat before you
Yeah.
flip.
I guess I didn't sacrifice enough.
No. I think we're running out of goats. We were talking about that outside. Like, the amount of goats needed to appropriately appease the pinball gods in some of these games is excessive. Spinner all day. But the thing is, the PPL has that that good spinner lube that what's his name puts on there. So we don't have that here in Columbus. And Trent walks away with another
That's a good ball.
gigantic ball. And Kim walking up, trying to follow that up.
Within reach.
Yeah, totally. I'm just wondering. I don't think that's her ball. I think he had an extra ball. I don't know.
I think it's hers.
Is that hers?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
She's player 2.
Oh, okay. Nice. I saw a huge score, and I'm like, oh, Trent. It's Trent's. Yeah, no, this is totally winnable then.
Oh, yeah.
She is very much in striking distance.
Oh.
Oh! That's it. Salad spinner juice. Yep. Even still, very respectable second place. Evan, I will tell you later. It is not stream appropriate. It's not bad. It's just not something that is PG-13. You hate to see it. We've seen this movie before, and you hate to see it. All right, how we doing here? I think this might be the last game of the night, and then we'll probably be signing off.
Let's see what James can do.
Oh, I'm getting a disapproving look from Kim. I'm getting a disapproving look from Kim.
Oh, yeah.
It happens. I'm sorry.
I just thought it was gonna. Sometimes if you shake it, it like goes to the left flipper a little bit more, so I can like dead bounce it and like, catch it, and I just miss.
Do you want to get on the mic and talk a little bit about it? No, you don't. Okay.
No,
You still had a good game.
it's not good enough.
No, it's certainly good enough.
Not with the caliber.
We'll see what happens. You never know. Any given ball. It all depends on how many goats that he. It depends on how many goats he sacrificed to the pinball gods. Did he sacrifice enough?
I don't think I sacrificed enough.
I didn't sacrifice enough either.
Yeah.
I didn't sacrifice enough either.
I didn't sacrifice enough, obviously.
Yeah, that feed from the right orbit is. Ooh. What'd I tell you?
Yeah, but I want
James has a pack of birds.
Well, yeah, of course you want first. Of course you want first. But you'll take second.
Well, we still got Chaz. And Chaz has put a monster skate on the
Okay. But he's got some wood to chop. He's got to sharpen the axe. Put it on the grinder for a little bit. Warm up, stretch. Yeah, I know. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be quite the hootenanny. I don't know any other words, but he is a lumberjack. You know, we were talking about pinball betting earlier. Anyone want to take bets on if he makes it, if he catches up? Well, too late.
Wow.
Bets are off. Mode 1 done. Ball 1. Ball 3 done. Goodbye. Get body. No, but that was a phenomenal game. Really top-tier players. I mean, sometimes the ball just does not bounce in your favor, and it happens, and there's not a lot you can do about it.
Yeah,
You just
it's a
kinda,
nice reminder that pinball's still a game of luck.
to a degree.
To a degree.
You know, the right orbit feed on that is nasty.
Yeah.
And you see that on a lot of games. And the counter to that is to slap the side of the machine.
Yeah.
Thankfully, here at Level 1, we understand that slapping and moving machines is a thing. When we were playing at 16-bit way back in the day, the bar staff sometimes did not know that pushing and slapping was a thing with a machine, and we would get yelled at trying to knock a ball off a right orbit. But yeah, no, it's a thing that you can do, and it's a thing that you really have to do on this Guardians. Yep. All right, well, I think that is League for this evening. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for subscribing and following and the bits and being in chat. Hanging out in chat and just talking with us means more than you even know. That is so huge to us. Thank you so much. Bree, thank you so much for hanging out.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
Not a problem.
I was going to shout you out.
Oh, wonderful. Big thanks to Alex and Scott. They are not here at the moment, but they are huge as well. Thanks to everybody.
Yes.
Everyone's awesome. It's sleepy time. It's Betty Bye. It's a school night. Penn Stadium, thank you again. Checking in right before we leave. Thank you for the bits. As always, we appreciate you. You appreciate us. It goes both ways. So yeah, we'll be signing off for the night, and I'm going to try and figure out where this computer setup goes and put it away. So
Awesome.
thank you so much.
Thanks again, friends.
We'll see you next week. Later.